everyone, Groupie here, and today I decided why don't we cover something related to history. I saw this random tweet talking about Millard Fillmore, the two-party system, so why don't we just get into that. Millard Fillmore was the last US president who didn't wear a red or blue jersey. He was a Democrat, he wasn't a Republican, he was a Whig, back when the political landscape still had room for third parties. He stepped into power in 1850 after Zachary Taylor died in office, served quietly, divided opinions, then vanished from history books. The Whig Party soon collapsed, torn by the slavery debate. In 1856, Fillmore tried to come back under the Know-Nothing Party. He lost badly, and with him in the era of non-Democrat, non-Republican presidents. Since then, two-party luck, zero success for outsiders. The machine tightened and never loosened. Fillmore was the last crack in the dam. There's a problem with this. Millard Fillmore was a part of the two-party system at the time, except those two parties weren't the Democrats and the Republicans, but instead the Democrats and the Whigs. It's not like he was a third-party candidate who happened to win. He was the vice president of a Whig candidate, which was one of the main political parties at the time. It's not that crazy that he ended up becoming president. He's one of 4 Whig presidents: William Henry Harrison, John Tyler, Zachary Taylor, and, of course, Millard Fillmore. But to pretend that this was third-party presidency and not a part of the two-party system would be ridiculous. It just so happened that it was 2 different parties back then. We've always had a two-party system. If you look throughout history, we first had the Anti-Federalists and the Federalists and the Democratic Republicans. Then the Democratic Republicans split up, and then that became the National Republicans and the Democratic Party, and then the Democratic Party versus the Whigs, and then eventually Democrats versus Republicans. It's not crazy that Millard Fillmore served as a Whig, because it was one of the main political parties at the time. There's no reason to pretend that it was otherwise. This tweet seems to imply that he was a third-party candidate who won randomly, when in reality he was a part of the main two-party system. Hello everyone, so I'm currently editing, so you might hear some of the editing power from my awesome laptop. But I decided that I probably should go into a little more on the Know-Nothing Party. Now, this was a third-party run, since it wasn't part of the main political parties of the Whigs and the Democrats, but it was just a random anti-Catholic immigration political party called the Native American Party, which is nicknamed the Know-Nothing Party. And so he did run a third-party campaign, similar to how Martin Van Buren ran a third-party campaign when he ran for president under the Free Soil Party after being a Democrat president, but that obviously did not succeed. Anyway, I don't really know if I have anything else to say. Cooper out.
Socialism is when the government does stuff. And it's more socialism the more stuff it does. And if it does a real lot of stuff, it's communism.